that's a good segue for my next question for you. Oops.
Sure.
So what happens here is that we oftentimes have a situation where we're constantly bombarded by opportunities that come our way for training. Okay, and I wanted to kind of have you address high value time also means that we have to also get educated. Okay, yes. And in this business of real estate, I mean, there's all kinds of people trying to sell us or give us. I mean, I appreciate the people on the call today, and I want your advice on direction for learning how to take yourself to the next level. In other words, this coaching call, maybe there's an opportunity for someone to attend, for instance, your summit coming up,
sure,
or something like that. So I basically have high-value training here as one of my questions for you, or one of the secrets.
Yeah, my advice would be very simple. Just like on the phone just less than an hour ago with one of my personal clients, a gal by the name of Laura Dandoy, who was the number 10 agent in the world for Century 21 for years and years, and since has started her own firm. She came to me about 60 days ago and she said, you made a statement at your Focus event in April where you said, the cheese has moved in the REO business. And I said, yeah, I remember the statement. She said, where has it gone to? I said, well, 3 years ago, we would say to people, if you want to get in the REO game, if that's of interest to you, as an example to training, you need to go to every website and sign yourself up. And then a year later, that was no longer working, and the cheese had moved again. Now it was go to every conference you can to go meet and greet and connect with asset managers. Then all the major asset management firms realized that was a total waste, so they stopped having their asset managers go. And the next evolution of it was to then go after and meet and greet at the asset managers' locations. Well, see, if you're not getting trained, you don't even know that the cheese has moved. See, my firm and many other firms, there are lots of great trainers out there, so believe me, I think that anybody that says they have all the answers has no answers. They are absolutely clueless. Be afraid of the person that says they have all the answers, especially in the world we live in today. I mean, there's too much going on. And yet I'm mindful of making sure that as an organization, we're constantly letting our customers know this is the next opportunity, and this is the specific knowledge you need if you want to go after it. Well, today on the call, I said where the cheese has moved again. Now it's about commercial REO. That's the next evolution. And what we know is the commercial real estate brokers have no interest in going after commercial REO. So for the 900 people on the line right now, boy, I hope you're paying attention. I started with one of my clients just 60 days ago. I said, here's all I want you to do. Contact this bank, this bank, this bank, this bank. Call about a specific property. Go at about it this way. No script, no magic formula. Just open up a dialogue. Within 24 hours, he had 7 commercial REO assets that he was getting. 7 listings. Just like that. Now, if you're not getting trained, you don't know what you don't know. You don't know that there is just an enormous amount of business available. So the second thing I would ask you is, what is the specific niche that you want to learn? Do you want to learn more about social media? Then go get training there. Do you want to understand more about REOs? Then go get training there. If you understand more about short sales, short sales, by definition are long, kind of never close sales. But there are people out there they're getting their short sales completed in 90 days or less. Why? Because they have that secret formula. They understand the training. So I can't stress it enough. Today, I'm challenging my personal clients to be reading 1 to 2 books a month, to be going to multitudes of seminars, because right now we are in the years of the professional. From 2000 to 2007, the joke was get your real estate license, show up, don't say anything too stupid to the public, and many people bought and sold with you. Well, today, it's the year of the pro. And I think for the next 7 years, it will be the knowledge broker who dominates the market. So whether it's training programs like my summit coming up, which I'd be thrilled to have them all attend, and if they don't attend, it's okay. There's going to be a lot of great people there for them to network with or not network with. Whether it's our programs, your programs, there's a lot of stuff out there. I think it comes down to this. What do you want to become extremely good at? And once you answer that question, the training opportunities will show up for you.
Well, why don't you do this for me, Tom? Give me 30 seconds on the summit that you have. You do this every year, right? And what's the topics this year? And give us some reason what you're going to train people so that those on the call can decide if those are topics that they want to embrace.
There are 4 or 5 major, in 30 seconds for me to cover what we do in a 4-day workshop is impossible. But I am a shameless self-promoter, as I hope all of you are on the line, so thank you, Steve. I would say that the 4 or 5 primary things we want to accomplish during our time there. Number one is to really get a stronghold on social media, not in the way that most people are thinking today. Most people, if you go to their Facebook page, you see a photo of them that I think should not be on there because it doesn't align with their business brand. See, what's happened is we've taken social media almost as a way to reconnect with, our old friends, our college buddies. So we have a photo of this, up on this page holding a beer or a fish. And unless you are the fishing realtor of Iowa, I don't think that's appropriate. So I brought in a guy named Gary Vaynerchuk. And for all of you that are out there, if you have not been exposed to Gary Vaynerchuk, he is a 33-year-old entrepreneur, and he is the leading authority today on social media, specifically for building brands and creating income. So I want to be very clear, building brands and creating income. I've asked Gary to come in and spend several hours with our attendees to show them exactly how they expand their brand in their marketplace, whether they choose to become the most successful agent in their marketplace or not. With social media, they could just decide, I want international referrals. What if they created, as a part of their Facebook, Twitter, and everything else we'd ask them to do, an international referral campaign, and they did nothing other than connect the dots for paychecks? See, that's what's available today. The reason I'm bringing Gary Vaynerchuk in, by the way, for the listeners out there, you might remember a guy named Jack Welch. He was recognized as certainly the GE, the greatest CEO of the last 100 years. Jack paid Gary a little less than $100,000 to spend 4 hours with him to bring he and Susie up to speed on Twitter and Facebook, because Jack recognizes that in his late 70s, if he is not aware of what's happening in the world of social media, he is irrelevant. See, the agents today that are listening, it's not should they or should they not. See, people say to me, well, should I be a part of social media? And I say, well, saying no to it would be like saying no to a telephone or a cell phone 15 years ago. It's just a tool. The question is, just like direct mail, just like doing an open house, just like sending out a marketing and advertising piece or an email, social media is just a tool, and we're going to give them the very best, finest training in that area with Gary. The next 3 are very simple. Team building, how to do it and how to do it right, and how to do it to get optimum profits and get the most amount of time off possible. I don't have a client that wants to work more hours. I don't have a client that wants to miss another ball game with their kids or miss an opportunity to go fishing with buddies or just to go enjoy a nice evening with their spouse, and if they're single, have time to prospect. Every one of the people I deal with is looking for more time off. The only way to do it is to leverage it through a team. The challenge is so many people have made mistakes with teams that they're gun shy. So I'm going to lay out 5 different models for people so they can choose not only in pay, but also how they want to operate, who's going to do what. We got a little phone going off in the background here. Just got that handled. So how do we do a team and how do we do it right?